Spirits have an obsession to establish kingdoms and dominions because the realm is divine, designed in that order. And so the moment God put man here, the first errand he gave him is to have dominion. Because his presence will be useless except as he's able to reflect the dimensions that are in the heavens on the earth realm. So the essence and the pursuit, the purpose of man's presence on the earth is to mirror heaven on earth. So that the dominion of God will extend from heaven to the earth realm, and God will operate as king and ruler in all of the dispensations of his creation. And so authority is one of the vital ingredients for building kingdom and government. That's why authority is too important. And so the idea behind this conference is not just for God to bless you. God will bless you and bless you abundantly. But you have come to this conference to be equipped to build kingdom, to build the government of God in your sphere of influence. If you are a doctor, kingdom must appear there. If you are a lecturer, kingdom must appear there. If you are a lawyer, kingdom. That's why this conference has been put together. It's not just for to give you food to eat. By the time we begin to go further, you discover that those things are byproducts. You are too important in God's agenda to be begging for food. Food is supposed to be byproduct. The reason you are drawn to God is for something superior. And so when we are talking the business of authority, we are looking at establishing kingdom. In fact, there are three forces that kingdom rides on. The first is the will of the king. Every king and every spirit has a will. And so when a spirit wants to take over a territory, he defines his will to the agents and the agencies that are in that territory. Their ability to articulate the will of that spirit is the first sign that they have been brought into the equation of kingdom. But it's not enough to know the will of a spirit. When you receive the will of that spirit, you must also understand how that spirit intends for his errand to be run. And that is where wisdom comes in. So the second ingredient for building kingdom after the will of God is the wisdom of God. There is a way God builds. He said, ensure that you build according to the patterns. You can't build by your own discretion. There is a pattern in the spirit that you must conform to. And so when a man wants to build kingdom, in addition to articulating the will of God, he must be brought into the equation of wisdom. He must tap from the frequencies of Zion and download it to the earth. Even the ark that Noah built, God told him, look at the dimensions. Don't be creative here. This thing you are about to do has its root in eternity past. It's older than humankind. It's a technology that is aged. You have come into something that is too old. You can't bring creativity into it. The patterns have been designed. And so for you to be effective in divine agenda, you must tap into wisdom. It's the second thing that builds kingdom. The third thing that builds kingdom is authority. Now that you have the pattern, you need the authority, the force, the power, the ability to bring it to pass. Because you will have oppositions. There are other functionaries that will negate what God wants to do. And so when you get God's wisdom, get God's will, then what caps it all is authority. In this conference, we want to look at the authority side of kingdom development. We want to look at the authority side of kingdom agenda. That is why we are gathered. Authority is the power of God delegated to man for man to represent God.